So now if you turn to the orange pages of the ERG, you can look up Guide 116 numerically. Looking at Guide 116, you can see that it's divided up into 2 pages, and the headline atop both pages says that this page is for gases that are flammable and unstable. A chemically unstable gas means a flammable gas that's able to react explosively even in the absence of air or oxygen. Below the top of the page, there are 3 bold-faced headings that list potential hazards, public safety measures, and emergency response recommendations. If we look at the potential hazards for Guide 116, which is for flammable gases like our acetylene, it lists subheadings of fire or explosion hazards and health hazards. We can see under fire or explosion that it is extremely flammable and will be easily ignited by heat, sparks, or flames. It says that it will form explosive mixtures with air and may react explosively even in the absence of air. Under the health category, it says that vapors may cause dizziness or asphyxiation without warning. In the next heading, public safety, it says to call 911 and then call the emergency response phone number on the shipping paper. And if they're not listed, call the appropriate number on the inside back cover of the ERG. Keep unauthorized people away and stay upwind, uphill, or upstream. It also says that many of these gases are heavier than air and will spread along the ground and collect in low areas. There is a recommendation for protective clothing and an evacuation section. Under evacuation, it says to isolate a spill or leak for at least 100 meters in all directions, and if it's a large spill, consider 800 meters or a half mile. If a tank, rail car, or tank truck is involved in a fire, isolate 1,600 meters or 1 mile in all directions. The heading Emergency Response contains recommendations on dealing with a fire. This includes small fires, large fires, and fires involving tanks. The subheading Spill or Leak gives you recommendations such as common sense ones like no smoking or flames around the immediate area, and some that you might not think of, such as, if possible, turn leaking containers so that gas escapes rather than liquid. What you do in an emergency will depend on your training. When in doubt, avoid and isolate the incident and get the help of qualified emergency responders. The last subheading covers first aid measures. Most are generic, but useful nonetheless. Finally, at the bottom left of this guide, it tells you that in Canada, an Emergency Response Assistance Plan, ERAP, may be required for the product. This has been a quick summary of Guide 116. This may be similar to other guides for other types of flammable gas, but each listed dangerous good leads you to a guide page specifically for that substance, and it may be shared by several or many other substances. For example, Guide 129 could be used by hundreds of different types of flammable liquids.